Well, good afternoon and welcome to Bethel High School for today's softball competition between the Phoebus Phantoms and the home team, the Bethel Bruins. This is Frank Edgar coming to you from Bethel High School along with my partner Wube Gabray, and we're just underway here. We've had a delay, and so we're going to pick it up right here. This is the first batter for Phoebus. This is Breanna Holden. She leads her team in with a 5-7 record. And Alexander Breen on the mound for the Bruins, and she throws a ball. We're underway here. We are going with one umpire at the moment. We've been waiting for a second, and traffic has claimed a victim this afternoon. I think the umpire is late, but Robert Marshall, the behind the plate umpire, has got things under control. Here's Alexandra delivers the second pitch high in ball 2 to Breanna Holden, the senior.
Well, Frank, if you lived in this area long enough, or even if you haven't, traffic will be a problem at some point in your life.
It will be. We'll catch you up on where we are, but we're at Bethel High School. It's an overcast day. The sun comes in and out this afternoon. We've had some drizzle, but the field's in great condition. Alexander with a 2-0 pitch. Called strike. 2-1 on Holden. Holden, the senior, the left fielder today. She's been wearing her batting helmet for now about 20 minutes. She's been ready to go. See if she can take advantage of all that warm-up time. We'll give you the defense here after Miss Holden's at bat. She grounds it foul at the third base line. Starting is Morgan Rayfield. Rayfield at third base. A shortstop for Bethel is Allie Miller. A second baseman, Chloe Norris, and first baseman Ashley Ryan. In the outfield from left to right, Gabby Wimes, Ebony Giles, and Elisa Wiggins in right. The catcher today is Tegan Barnett. And the pitcher, of course, Alexandra Breen, the junior. And yes, folks, she is very tall and throws the ball very hard. That one, though, up. Barnett brings it in, 3-2. Wube, we got a matchup of programs probably 4 years apart in timing. Amanda Moreland in her 4th year at Phoebus has built the program. They're headed towards their record number of wins in 4 years. Phoebus with Shantae Hines starting back at the beginning. That's a great point, Frank, and a great way to put it. You know, Bethel at 2-13 and Phoebus at 5-8. But again, you know, Coach Hines over at Bethel is her first full year as a head coach. She played here. She went to school here. She likes the future, though, Frank. She has a lot of good young players, and she says they'll be okay in a couple years. That's good news. These teams can rebuild a little bit. Amanda Moreland's done a fantastic job down at Phoebus. She's going to have a challenge next year. She loses a lot of seniors, but she's done a good job to rally the Phantoms to the cause of softball. Alexander with a 3-2, and it's fouled off yet again. Barnett able to retrieve it from the fence. Of course, the success at Bethel, you know, you can't talk about softball success without talking about Larry Eastep, the longtime coach here at Bethel. Was a great softball coach, had great seasons, and great success here. Well, it's going to take Coach Hines time just to rebuild. She hopes to make some progress today against against the Phoebus Phantoms. What was their score of the first game? Oh, 7-4 Phoebus at their place early in the year. Alexander with another 3-2. It's high. She's walked her. So good at bat by Breanna Holden. 1 on, nobody out here in the second baseman for the Phantoms. Gabrielle Redmond now, a junior, steps in. Amanda Moreland's got some good volunteer assistant coaches this year. Brandy Bateman, who played for Phoebus High School herself. Zach Frederick and Matt Frakely helping out for the Phantoms. And that's, to get 3 volunteers is tremendous recruiting effort by Amanda Moreland. Coach Hines has an assistant. Chris McCray was the JV coach last year. Now he's coming over to the varsity program and helping out Coach Hines on the varsity level. Redmond takes a strike from Breen. Holding at first base. We're just underway here. Ground ball slowly picked up by the third baseman. She goes to second, not in time. So she had a tough call there. That's the play, and that's why the softball third baseman come in and play so close, almost dangerously close. Well, that time Rayfield really didn't have any choice. Yeah, Rayfield, the freshman, usually plays first base, but we didn't mention, Frank, Tamira Leatherberry is going to be out today with a concussion, so Coach Hines had to move some players around. Here's a veteran Lauren Schofield, the third baseman for the Phantoms, the senior, who really has been part of that re-emergence of the Phantom softball program. She takes the ball high. Lauren's played softball all her life, been successful at all levels.
Coach's daughter as well.
So 2 on, nobody out here. Top of the first at Bethel High School on a breezy early May afternoon. Swing and a miss at the high fastball. We're sitting a little bit cattywampus here, not right behind the plate on the first base side. A beautiful facility here.
Nice, yeah.
And we're sitting at the world's smallest table, so Wu Bei not getting very close here. Schofield looking for a base hit. That one's rolled in for a ball. Runner's going to move up as the ball gets away from Barnett. So 60-foot advances by both runners, puts it at second and third, nobody out. Steve Fryer bringing you that center field view. Nathaniel Braxton over on the third base side for us with the camera. Alex Begoli on the first base side. None of them yet asked to fill in as the umpire.
I was waiting for somebody to raise their hand.
Pitch is just low. Good pitch from Breen, but couldn't get it to the knee. 3-1.
Breen, who you talked about earlier, Frank, is from that Hampton With program that has produced a lot of great players, not only in softball, but baseball as well.
Yeah, she's played softball wherever she could. The softball programs have built steadily over the last 15 years.
Well, the Northampton program used to be pretty well run as well.
Well, it's been a challenge in many ways. Hampton With at one point had all-girl T-ball teams.
Yeah.
And then combined with Northampton to field softball teams. Now the cleanup hitters, Hayden Sanford, the sophomore, shortstop today. 3 on, nobody out. Breen in a little trouble here. She needs a ground ball. That pitch in for a strike. A little off-speed pitch. So the infield's come in now. Rayfield in at third. Ryan in at first. And second baseman and shortstop, Norris and Miller in. So trying to cut down the run at the plate. Here's the pitch. Ground ball sharply to Rayfield. She comes up, she comes home, and they get the force out. Nice play from the third baseman.
Nice play.
You have to have quick reactions there. Score that one 5-2 with the first out. Base is still full for the number 5 hitter, Brianna Fowler, the pitcher, who could help herself here off to a good start with a base hit.
You saw her look at first base to kind of see if she had that throw, but went straight to home for the force out, which was a great play.
Yeah, the play was clearly home, and I think that's a smart throw and a good tag there. Keep her foot on the bases, Barnett. Breen trying to get her way out of trouble here, and she delivers the ball. If you come out and watch some softball in the area, you'll see just how athletically gifted some of these young ladies are. And Alexander Breen, certainly one of them. Always been a tall young lady. Delivers a strike.
Nice pitch.
We see the bases umpire has now joined us. Ross Phillips out there over on the right behind the shortstop. Veteran umpire. Traffic will bite you here on the peninsula like no other place.
Anywhere in the area.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2 now as Breen would sure like to record the strikeout here with the bases still full of phantoms. Fowler looking at a 1-2. Popped just over the glove of the second baseman. In comes one. Throw's going to come home. Not in time. 2 runs in on a single, really caused by the infield coming in, which is the risk. So it goes as a single. 2 RBIs for Fowler as both Redmond and Schofield score. Schofield right on the heels of Redmond. Sanford stops at second base, so first and second, 1 out, 2-0 now. Phoebus. Not much that Norris could do on that. She'd been brought in. Shortstop Miller is going to discuss with Ross Phillips something she saw. Dante Hines going to come out, talk to her catcher. No, she's not going to start with Barnett. She's going to move over and talk to Robert Marshall. So Fowler's they're going to run for Fowler, I believe, over at first base. We catch a number on the back. I believe they're running for.
Little meeting now with Coach Hines.
See if you can get a number off her.
It's
going to be number 8, Destiny Redmond.
Redmond, yeah. The junior.
You can run, as you can do in baseball now, you can run for the pitchers and catcher.
Saw a lot of that in the Kickinton Hampton game the other day.
Kaylee Gilford at the plate. Gilford, the first baseman, senior. She's got 2 on, 1 out. Dana Hines is going to come out again and talk to home plate umpire Robert Marshall. As the conversations continue, and Marshall now going to talk to Phillips. The question, I think, is going to center around whether Schofield left early from second base. As we learned last Friday, you leave early. And maybe they're talking about infield fly. There's a lengthy discussion going on there, as you see, between the 2 umpires.
So he got thrown, that umpire just got thrown right into action as soon as he got here.
He sure did. But the ball was clearly behind. It was not quite to the outfield, but again, the infield in, it would have been an easy pop-up. Everybody's called safe, whatever the complaint was. Runners are going to stay on. And defensive players stay or return to their defensive positions. And Kaylee Gilford's actually going to see a pitch here. Right-hander facing the righty, Alex Breen. Breen wearing number 11. And here we go. That pitch in for a strike. Breen slowly getting a control here in the first. Had a break between warming up and the start of the game due to the umpire situation. So she seems to be settling down in the last couple of hitters.
Yeah, first couple pitches were high. Now she's calming.
That one misses.
A lot more calm at the on the mound now.
Yeah, it's such a mechanical position. Pitching in either baseball or softball, but particularly softball. Alexander Breen also, a young lady, we don't have a camera that can show her smile on that play, but on that pitch. But a very good hearty young lady. Swinging and missing, a nice pitch right at the knees. 1-2 now on Gilford. Tiana Whiting on deck for the Phantoms. A lot of seniors up and down the lineup for the Phantoms.
Yes.
Holden, Schofield, and Fowler. Excuse me, not Fowler. Now Gilford. Pop Fowler with the right side is going to get out of play. Right fielder Wiggins with no chance on that.
You see, Andy Foley's car almost got hit.
Yeah.
Alex Bagoli on top of that truck there with the camera work.
Yeah. No complaint if they get hit on, and especially if that ball hits them on TV, then they'll have no claim at all. Breen with a pitch high, but Gilford won't chase. 2-2. The outfielder's not deep here against Gilford. Base hit probably scores 1, but anything over the head will score both. Breen, and she got her to chase that one. Her first strikeout of the inning and of the game for Breen. 2 down now for the Phoebus Phantoms. Here's Tiana Whiting, complete with windbreaker. She's ready to go here, and it's got that, we're right at the cusp. If it's cloudy, temperature seems to drop about 10 degrees.
Sun comes in and out though, so.
Alexander Breen, she's allowed 2 in on the 2 walks. She's now found her form. That one's in for a strike. Last 3 or 4 hitters. That one's outside, but a good pitch. Breen is now starting to show that control. And we had that little break before the game started. Amanda Moreland giving us more details. We'll come back with a list of the seniors' dentist in just a minute. Pop foul up over Wube's head, catch at the top of the fence.
Trying to catch it. Yeah, Whiting, Frank, is going to the U.S. Air Force after high school.
Yep, she's the 4th senior to bat so far. Holden, Schofield, who's headed to Averett University. Gilford going into the military.
Brianna Holden wants to be a medical assistant. And Baggett's going to Georgetown.
So impressive. Baggett in the 9-hole today for the Phantoms. 2-2 now on Tiana Whiting with 2 down here top of the first. 2-0 Phoebus. Alexander Breen working her way out. She gave up 2 walks and a fielder's choice to get it going. There's the strikeout. So we see a little bit what Alexander Breen can bring. And she finished the inning with 2 strikeouts. So she starts it with 2 walks and a fielder's choice. 2 of those runs score, but she's able to strike out Gilford and Whiting, 2 of the 5 seniors in the lineup. And we go to the bottom half of the first. It is 2-0 Phoebus.
Yeah, once she calmed down, Frank, and relaxed and threw her pitches, that inning went better for her than it did at the start of it. So it looks good so far for Bethel. They're still down 2-0. Now they're up to bat in the bottom of the first.
Well, here's Brianna Fowler on the mound, wearing number 12 for the Phantoms. Fowler gets the call today. You'll see that if you can catch her on the center field camera, if she turns around, she wears the protective mask that so many pitchers do. So does the second baseman, Gabrielle Redmond. And you'll see in a lot of high schools now they're making a mandatory in the softball because they do play so close.
Thought maybe the third baseman would wear it, but nobody. I haven't seen many third basemen wear it yet. Call it the hot corner in baseball and softball.
Yeah, it's a good picture of it right there. That's the shortstop. So of the infielders, 2 of them wearing the protective mask. Shortstop Hayden Sanford and the second baseman Gabrielle Redmond. And the pitcher, of course, Brianna Fowler. So defensively for the Phantoms now, Breanna Holden in left, Tiana Whiting in center, Olivia Baggett in right. Then Morgan Rayfield at third, Hayden Sanford at short, Gabrielle Redmond at second, Kaylee Gilford at first, catchers Isabel Mouton, and the pitcher Brianna Fowler. 2-0 lead for the Phantoms. Bethel trying to level it out here, and here's Ashley Ryan, the junior first baseman, who's worn her sunglasses throughout the clouds and sun, and she takes the strike. Right-hander on right-hander here.
Ryan also pitches, Frank. Plays first base and left field.
Swings and misses at the all-speed. 0-2 now on Ryan. Folks, it's about 45 feet from the mound to the plate. You have to swing, you have to make a decision very quickly. And that time Ryan a little bit out in front of that and has struck out. 1 down here in the bottom of the first. Here's the shortstop, Allie Miller. Pitch in at the knees, called a ball.
Allie Miller, Frank Jr., also on the field hockey team here at Bethel. Love to see those multi-sport athletes.
Very open stance there, and then steps in when the pitch comes and swings and misses. You'll see it at home. She puts her front foot, her left foot in this case, because she's a right-hand hitter, starts set behind her back foot and then steps in. Swings and misses the outside pitch. 1-2 is Fowler working that plate in and out. The 1-2. Fouled off. She's got a piece of that right on the handle. As you see, Fowler worked the ball in and out, trying to keep the hitters off speed and off centered. Miller puts her bat on that one. She's going to get another pitch for that effort. Swing and miss. Ball gets away from the catcher. Mouton throws down to first base and throws it to the backup of the second baseman. But so it's a strike, scored a strikeout, but the runner gets first base. So a base runner now with 1 down in the first. Ebony Giles, the center fielder, the senior, steps in.
I was never a big fan of that call, Frank, when the ball goes by on the backstop and you can advance. They call it a strikeout, but you're still on base. So
that one gets away from the catcher, Mouton, and the runner goes to second base. Well, it makes it tough on the catchers. You see it when you watch, say, the Peninsula Pilots, or you watch some of the high school teams. That you have a pitcher that throws a lot of sliders. It makes it really hard on the catcher, especially if they throw that slider as a strikeout pitch. There's a bloop out past the second baseman into center field. The runner holds at second, goes to third, though, on the base hit by Giles.
Good piece of hitting there by Giles right up the middle.
So again, the infielders play tight in, certainly more tight than a baseball infield would do, and that costs them another a pop-up. Now Elisa Wiggins. Ooh. She smashes at second base. Fielded well out there. She goes right to first base. Run scores. So it's a scored a ground out, but an RBI for Wiggins.
And
Miller scores.
She put a bat on that one, Frank.
That cuts the lead in half and leaves Giles out at second base with 2 outs here, and the batter is the pitcher, Alexandra Breen. Alexandra, she, like the pitcher last week, may be the tallest individual on the field. Takes a pitch on the inside for strike 1.
Yeah, we said with Brooke Bond, we said
Bond was clearly the tallest on the field.
Well, Breen might have her beat in terms of height. So
again, she's has always been a tall young lady. Swings and misses. That shows you the timing right there. She's out in front of an off-speed pitch, 0-2 on Breen. Base hit would tie the ball game. We'll see a good pitching contest today. Fowler, off speed, and Breen able to put her bat on it. Successful softball teams build very much on 2 things, on the little leagues and on the travel ball.
Yep.
Both teams, I know Phoebus has benefited from that. Alexander fouls that one up.
You know, Phoebus, again, they have the Phoebus Little League, they have the Hampton With, and Northampton on this side of the city.
And you have, of course, the Warwick and the Deer Park. York County has a strong softball program.
They do.
Alexander Breen is holding her own here with an 0-2 count. 2 down at the bottom of the first. Lined it to the right to Schofield at third, and that's the 3rd out. So she put bat on ball, but couldn't bring that tying run home. They do get 1, cut the lead in half. It's 2-1. We go to the second. You're watching softball on LSC 48 or 23 from Verizon. You gotta get a better motto. Gotta get a better motto, Wu Bei, if we're gonna.
Well, it's all sports all the time.
Just LSC, all sports all the time. There you go. Let's go with that. So Alexander Breen's going to exchange her bat for her glove and cap, and we go to the top of the second. She's down 2-1. Phantom's going to send up the catcher, Isabel Mouton, and Olivia Baggett, the senior, and then top the order with Breanna Holden.
Well, a lot different, Frank, from the game we did on Friday. I think by this time it was almost 5 or 6 to nothing. So a little bit more competition, a little more competitive today between these 2 teams.
Yeah. Right to your bottom of your picture there, which is, you see the bases umpire Ross Phillips coming to visit with Matt Frakely, Matt Frakely has been involved in softball in this area for a number of years. He has a couple daughters that played, but he has been instrumental in building programs and travel team programs. And what a nice volunteer to come out here to help Amanda Moreland. Because softball's it's very competitive. It's also difficult.
Yeah.
And if you grew up when I did, you saw the fast pitch softball, the men's out in Fox Hill. They were national champions several years in a row. Quite a sport when, and when you consider the short distance between the mound and the plate, it's extremely hard. If you watch the College World Series, which will start here soon, that has become very popular on ESPN. And that popularity has trickled down to some of the youth leagues, and I think it's made softball more popular. However, Hampton is kind of late to that game. Well, Hampton is a city.
Well, I've heard of those titles from Bud Porter. He always talks about those softball championships.
Bud Porter talks about a lot of things.
Yes,
you know, short
including
time.
Hampton High.
But he does. He was quite the catcher for the Fox Hill Merchants or the Fox Hill team. Here's Isabel Mouton from Phoebus, catcher. Mouton, a right-hander in the 9-hole. She's a junior, and excuse me, in the 8-hole. Olivia Baggett on deck. She takes the ball from Breen. 2-1 Phoebus. Phantoms trying to extend their lead here in the top of the second. Brandy Bateman is coaching down at third base. delivers an all-speed strike. You see it's probably hard to pick up on TV, especially from the center field angle, but one of the keys of softball is being able to vary the speeds. Both pitchers have shown their ability to do that. Alexandra comes to the fastball. In for a swing and a miss. 1-2 now on Mouton. Temperature just come up 5 degrees with a little bit of sunlight.
We'll take it.
Outfielder straight away against Mouton. That one's in. Generous ball. 2-2.
You see, Alex Breen wanted that strike.
I told her.
A little sarcastic smile there.
Robert Marshall wouldn't criticize. Yeah, no, she has such a joyous smile when she smiles, but she wanted that pitch. 2-2. She's going to bring it up a hair. She does and fouled off. That would have been a risk for Mouton to take. He was about the same height, but it would have been a risk. Here's a good pitch from a picture from behind the plate. And all the volunteers doing the scoreboard there. Here at Bethel.
The home of academic excellence.
Ground ball foul.
Foul
picked
ball
up by Rayfield, who would have been smart to let it go a little further foul, but she did pick it up in foul territory.
Almost picked it up in fair territory.
She almost did. See, Rayfield plays about 10 feet in front of third base, so approximately 35 feet away from, or excuse me, about 45 feet away from the plate.
She's a good-looking prospect over there at third as a freshman, Frank.
Well, you see how important that is. The hot corner, truly, in softball. That one's inside. 3-2 now, Mouton.
You know, I said the motto of Bethel, the home of academic excellence. Mr. Ralph Saunders has just made an appearance here at the Bethel High softball
tell him
field.
to get off the field and let's keep this game going.
Of course, he shies away from the camera, so we don't have to worry about him getting on.
He won't get anywhere near us. It pitches up and away. So Mouton has really worked that walk. Nice at bat by her, and now the senior right fielder Olivia Baggett.
And this is what Breen went through in the first inning, Frank. Started out a little slow, couple batters, got on base, and she settled down as the inning went on. But again, 2-1 Phoebus with a pinch runner now.
Yeah, it's actually technically a special runner because the pinch runner would have to stay.
You're right.
But Destiny Redmond, who's the only sub on the bench for Phoebus today, so she'll be doing a lot of running. If they do have the pitcher and the catcher separated by 2 at bat, so no way she'd have to be on there. Well, she could be on there twice. Olivia now, her 2 with her windbreaker on. Here is a breeze, just a little bit of a breeze, and it's a chilly one as the sun dips back behind the clouds. Green picked it up by Rayfield. She's going to go to second.
I like Rayfield.
And she came off the base. Norris's foot was off the base, and I could see it from here.
He called out first.
No, but then he saw her. She went up in the air a little bit. So it's a fielder's choice for Baggett, and the runner safe at second. She did hop, and no question she hopped. So 2 on, nobody out. Mental error by the second base. Had her foot right on top of the bag. But she didn't. When that ball hit, her foot was in the air, then the runner's foot hit. So Mouton at second, Baggett at first. Now the leadoff hitter, Breanna Holden, she got on a walk first time up.
Again, Rayfield with the composed throw.
Pitch is high.
I mean, just a freshman. I'm so amazed at freshmen, Frank, because I remember when I was a freshman in high school, I was nowhere near the talent. Had nowhere near the talent of some of these young men and women in high school these days.
Yeah. Some of them just come up natural players. The pitch called low, ball 2. Breen's not going to be happy with that. She expresses her dislike of the call with a big, broad smile. You get the home plate camera on her on that.
I wish you could see that, yeah.
Because she is very expressive. The 2-0. That one
high.
Called high, 3-0. Well, the plate's in there. She's saying the zone's in there somewhere.
Well, the zone at Hampton was a wide strike zone over there.
This one very narrow from top to bottom.
I think that zone went all the way to Queen Street from that one, but this time it's outside and it's going to be ball 4.
2 walks and a fielder's choice. So just like she started the first, she's loaded the bases with phantoms. And the batter's Gabrielle Redmond. She got the fielder's choice that knocked in the, that knocked the runners around. Out comes Chris McCray to talk to his pitcher. Being a little frustrated with the zone. That fastball knee high has been called a ball. So she's going to have to settle down and try to adjust. Bring it up just a hair. Redmond then Schofield. We got a murderer's row right here. Redmond, Schofield, and Sanford. Sure, roster just blew away with that breeze. Ross Phillips says, let's break it up and get this game going. We're off to a late start. Let's get moving. No lights here at the softball field. No lights at any field here.
As you see, the JV team, Frank, helping out with the scoreboard, which is a good thing for the program. Phoebus, no softball team no JV softball team this year, so everybody's on the varsity level.
Pitches up ball, 5 balls in a row.
Don't see any freshmen. I see 1 sophomore on the roster, Frank, and that's Sanford. So that's going to be Coach Moreland's.
That's her challenge.
That's her challenge, right? To get some young talent to play for the team next year.
We could start down our discussion on the academies. We want to go into robotics and play softball. Head to Phoebus.
Every coach will be in a living room in an 8th grader's living room starting next year.
Not a bad place if you want to go be. They have the culinary arts school down there. They have the robotics school. I don't know what the 3rd academy is.
I think it's media and technology, actually.
Okay. 2-0 now from Breen. Right under her feet, 3-0.
Somebody suggesting that Redmond should have taken the pitch. They said they had ice on the sideline in case she wanted to get hit, but she got out of the way really quick on that one.
3-0 count, 2nd one in a row. Mouton at 3rd base, got them all started. Oh, what a diving catch out there. And the safe at 1st base, but the runners freeze.
What a play, Frank.
And the call is going to be, we get a clarification, the batter's out.
Wow, what a play.
The batter is out. The play down there by Ashley Ryan was a stellar play. Line drive to her, and she's going to lean back and touch the bag, but not in time. Shantae Hicks says, I got the ball back before she could step on it. So score Redmond out with a line drive to the 1st baseman. The runners hold. No run comes in.
What a play, Frank.
That is the play of the season right there.
Yes. I mean, that saved, what, 3 runs easily.
She says she got it on the tag back because she used her glove and tagged back. But
she dove for it, and I saw her, like, climbing to the bag, but I don't. Maybe the runner got there in time.
Well, Ross Phillips right on it. I mean, he's going to ask if the home plate umpire had a better view of it. But
I mean, that ball was smoked, and Ryan just laid out and went for it and got it.
So Lauren Schofield at the plate now. He says he didn't see it, and there's no way to see that from our end. He would basically. Marshall had our view. So, and of course, the teams always gather on any break at all. They need to break it up. But the play of the year for Ashley Ryan, as she makes that diving stop on the hard hit line drive, sharpest hit ball all day. And so only 1 out on the play. Lauren Schofield at the plate.
Still bases loaded.
And with 1 down here, base hit brings in 2. Schofield smiles.
Probably Phoebus, best offensive player at the plate.
Well, Schofield, of course, she probably is the best offensive weapon. In the spitting image of her mother, Coach Amanda Moreland, that pitch is high, ball 1. She's off to Averett University in the fall. Sure would like to deliver her mother a big win here today, and she's got a chance with a 1-0 count. Got a 2-1 lead to the Phantoms, and 3 on with 1 out. Here's a pitch up there, bounces away to me. Barnett recovers quickly, 2-0 now.
Mouton that's Redmond, who thought about coming home, but changed her mind very quickly and went back to 3rd.
No, Mouton at third.
Is that Mouton? I'm sorry.
Mouton, Baggett at second, Holden at first. Redmond out on the line drive. Schofield now at the plate with a 2-0 count. Has a foul off, 2-1. A good pitch from Breen. Breen settled down nicely. Get special runner for the catcher down there, third base. So the runner's not Mouton, excuse me, it's Destiny Redmond.
Yeah, he's a Redmond, okay.
Redmond. You got a Redmond and a Redmond, R-E-B-M-A-N.
Brianna Holden and Brianna Fowler.
Yeah. Pop foul out towards first base.
That's gonna land. That's
that
gonna
one
drop.
right in no man's land. And 1 run scores. That time, Ashley Ryan gets caught behind her runner on that far side of the pop-up. It's going to be scored a hit and an RBI for Schofield. Run scores. We got enough timeouts called here. Will they call the batter out? So all right, so the call is the infield fly, batter out. So Schofield is out on that. She does not get, she gets the RBI on the sac fly because they're going to let the run score
outs, yeah.
because the
run
runner left
scores,
afterwards.
Okay. So it's
That ball
3-1
gets
with
away.
2 outs.
So the rule is once the runners can move after the play, in other words, if they don't get doubled up. So the run scores. Redmond is in. Baggett now at third. Holden at second, 2 down. And Schofield with his sacrifice fly RBI. Which, now
nice
there's
pitch.
a pitch in.
What is it called? The infield fly rule, huh?
Infield fly. Well, what's interesting is that was an infield fly, but the one that was hit the inning before was not.
Right.
So 1-1 now in Sanford. Breen just missed outside, I guess. 2-1 on Sanford, the sophomore. She got on fielder's choice her first time up, ahead of the 2 RBI single from Fowler, who's on deck. 3-1 now. Phantoms, top of the second. Breen. Ground ball, under leg. Caught her right in the ankle, too. Run's going to score on the error. So no RBI, but the run does score. Holden ends up at third. So first and third now. Sanford over at first. And the batter's the pitcher, Brianna Fowler. And Morgan Rayfield got hit right in the ankle. She came up a little too early, and the ball skipped underneath her glove and hit her in the ankle. She's okay.
A lot of action so far from
The
her.
hot corner down there. 2 runs in now. The first two batters up have scored. Third one, Holden at third base. And the batter is Fowler, the opposing pitcher. 4-1 now. Phantoms, top of the second. Pitches upstairs, ball 1. They're going to throw to third base. And the run scores. They had a play on. And that time, the play didn't work. They were going to, the runner was going to steal second base. And the throw would go to third, thinking they'd catch her watching. They did not. She ends up scoring. So Holden in, Sanford to third. Pitch of the ball. 5-1 Phantoms. Brandy Bateman, the third base coach, working it out there, getting her runners moving, and she succeeds in getting a run in. 2 down here, top of the second. Breen. Driven down left field line, foul. Fowler way out in front on that one. The junior pitcher. Another hard hit ball. We've seen a couple in this inning. One Ryan snagged, one hit Rayfield in the foot on the ankle. That one foul ball. Of course, the zone small makes Breen throw it in there.
Yeah.
So 1-1 now to Brianna Fowler. Swing and a miss. With Breen's smile gone, she's bearing down now, trying to get out of this inning. She started the same way she did the first, with a walk, then a fielder's choice and a walk. And that's cost her. She's going to try to limit the damage here. 3 runs in. Looking for that 3rd strikeout of the game. That one's away.
No. There's that smile again.
Yep. She just missed outside. It's a small zone. 2-2 now. That one's fouled off. Barnett makes the catch off the fence. Count stays 2-2. Nathaniel Braxton's view from third base. See Brandy Bateman, a Phoebus High alum.
Good to see them come back and help out, Frank. I love it.
That one's upstairs, 3-2. Lots of fans out here now.
Good looking crowd.
Decent crowd from Phoebus, but a lot of fans from Bethel. The temperature's going down another 5 degrees.
Yeah.
That breeze makes it chilly. 3-2.
Walker.
Cannot get the call. Being very frustrated. That zone a small shoebox at the moment. Now it's Kaylee Gilford, the senior first baseman. So 2 on, 2 out, 3 in. Alexandra Breen in a little trouble, but she got Gilford to strike out in the first inning. That one's right down the middle, strike 1, taken all the way. I think if she went with that pitch here, she'd be all right. Their pitch. Ground up first baseline foul. Fielded over by Ryan.
Little hit and run action there for Phoebus.
0-2 on Gilford. We'll have a 2 down. They're going to be going on the crack of the bat. Oh, 2 pitch. Trying to strike out Gilford for the 2nd time is Alexandra Breen. That one's knee-high but in. Runner's going to take second base unopposed, so defensive indifference. 1-2 now on Gilford with a couple ducks on the pond if she can get a base hit. Microphone seemed to pick up every conversation in the stand.
I'm hearing everything. No,
a good pitch.
Good pitch.
Probably ball 2,
if,
but struck her out. So that does it here, but the Phantoms send 8 to the plate. They get 3, they leave 3 or 2. And after 1.5, it is 5-1 Phoebus. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. Phantoms going to have to, the Bruins are going to have to get some going here against Brianna Fowler, who has hit well and pitched well.
So like you said, Frank, nice crowd for this high school softball game.
No concessions, though. Seems to me a golden opportunity. Is that concession over there?
One in the softball side and the baseball side.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah. Baseball,
this game
I'm a little mad, though, because the baseball side has hamburgers and hot dogs, Frank.
Yeah,
we could slip over and get a hamburger.
That sounds like a Title IX violation to me. That's they've got to have fair.
They've got good. They've got good snacks over here, though.
Need that equal opportunity food for the
well, I
fans.
think it's just a different organization, I guess. If baseball families or moms are on the grill and they don't have anybody on this side, they can do it. So
Fowler back on the mound. She pitched very well in the first. Got a strikeout.
But nonetheless, 5-1 Phoebus, Frank. Let's see if Bethel can get some more runs on the board.
Phantom pitcher had 2 strikeouts. One was a drop third strike, so the runner got on, and that run actually came around and scored.
And a little controversy in that last inning with that fly rule, infield fly rule. Who knows if Phoebus would have had another out, maybe they could have punched another one in.
And the tricky part here is that the ball, both of those pops have not gotten off the dirt.
Right, right.
And the question is, You know, it's hard to interpret when you have a field in a situation like that, because it can be called when the infielder can easily make a play on it. That time when in the first one, Chloe Norris, the second base, was playing in. I'm not sure if she could have gotten it because of where she started. All right, Tegan Barnett, the catcher, to lead off for Bethel, followed by the designated hitter Jasmine Caldwell, and then Morgan Rayfield here in the second. The Bruins trail it 5-1. Brianna Fowler, the junior pitcher, she delivers a strike. Don't even have to wait for the call, Wu Bei. It's obvious when that pitch is in
right
there.
In the middle,
and
right
Fowler has been consistent.
Yes.
Fouled off. Good swing by Barnett. Couldn't catch it up to it.
I mean, Frank, we've talked about it all year. You know, Alex Breen at Bethel, Brooke Bond at Kickintan, Fowler here at Phoebus, Hampton,
Lauren Farrow.
Oh.
Off-speed pitch fouled off over towards Andy's car.
And Andy's car is safe at the moment.
Yeah. Andy down there, he had a State Farm on speed dial. I don't know what's going on. 0-2 still on Barnett.
Oh.
Line down third base. Schofield snags it, but it's foul. See how quick the third basemen are in this sport. You have to be, just for self-preservation. That time, she smiled just like her mother. She looks at her mother, complimenting on that, but it was foul.
And we see Rayfield on the Bethel side doing the same thing.
The off-speed pitch is fouled off. Barnett doing a nice job here. Neither team headed towards the playoffs this year, Wu Bei, so they just want to play for each other here. Some bouncing from the second baseman. Quick throw to first. Safe. Infield hit as Redmond made a nice attempt but couldn't come up with it.
Good piece of hitting by
yeah, but 55, that's a Barnett.
Barnett, yeah. Tegan Barnett.
Yep. Jasmine Caldwell, the designated player is how she's mentioned.
And we got a little explanation about that earlier, right?
Yep, we call them designated hitters in baseball. Designated player today.
Pinch runner.
Chloe Norris is the second baseman in the field, but
Kenya Price is going to run for Barnett on first base.
So the special runner over there for the opposing catcher, Barnett. And now Caldwell takes a strike on the outside corner. Fowler, she's given up 2 hits, one right over second base and one right over, or one that went just a few feet. That one gets away from the catcher. Called strike.
Price goes to second on that wild pitch.
Well, it's kind of hard to call it a wild pitch on a strike.
Yeah,
so
I guess you're right.
I'm going to call that we call it a wild, pass ball.
Yeah.
Whatever. I thought she could have smothered that one. Foul straight back. You can see why Caldwell's in there, get around on that pitch.
Yeah.
But nobody out here in the second. Bruins with the runner at second base and Jasmine Caldwell at the plate. Widespread stance. The pitch up and away gets out of the glove of Mouton. Not much she could do with that one. 1-2 now on Caldwell. The runner advances to third base. So infielders, 2 of the 4 wearing the mask, 1 wearing the sunglasses. Protective, I'm sure, on Schofield. 1-2 now. Swing and a miss. Ball bounces off, gets away from the catcher. So a second strikeout that gets away from the catcher, runner advance, so no out. 3 strikeouts now. Isabel Mouton is going to take a visit to her head coach to talk about that. And the batter is Morgan Rayfield, the defensive-minded third baseman, the freshman. She's manned her position well today. And the coaches from the bench come alive. And I'm talking about the benches out watching the game, not inside.
Well, they're always right.
Everybody's got an opinion.
That's right.
2 on, nobody out. She squares the bunt, and she tries to bunt.
Another pass ball.
They call it a foul, strike 1. So the runner's going to go back. If that's a foul ball, the runner's got to go back.
You know, when you talk about the coaches on the sideline, Frank, they're always,
So
somebody's always wrong.
The bases umpire called it a foul ball.
Another
the
one.
base umpire called it a ball.
Oh.
And they're going to, she's out at the plate.
Oh, we got a good look at that one.
The discussion, lots of discussion going on after that first pitch. That first pitch looked to me to be tipped by the end of Rayfield's bat. It went back. The bases umpire called it a dead ball. And then the second pitch came in. It gets away. It's ball 2 on Rayfield, and the runner scores. With the other Bruin runner, does not score, called out at the plate on a kind of a late call. Scored 5-2 with the first out, and Caldwell at second base. So a little bit of confusion there between just 2 pitches. So 2-0 count on Rayfield. That one's inside. 3-0. Fowler confused as well. She had called time at the plate, though her head coach didn't know that. So it's 3-0 now on Rayfield. That one's inside, so she's walked her on 4 pitches, 4 strange pitches. So no run scores, and the batter is Gabby Wimes, a left fielder. You're right, Wube pointing out that the initial call looked to be safe, but then changed when the umpire, Robert Marshall, looking right on top of the plate, saw that the foot had not hit. There's an attempted bunt and miss. Strike 1 on Wimes. But the interesting thing was that Ross Phillips called dead ball in that first pitch. The runner should have gone back to first base. Nobody seemed to catch that but you and me.
Yeah, we caught it.
Pitch in, fouled off. 0-2 quickly on Wimes with Chloe Norris on deck. Excuse me, not a Chloe. That leadoff hitter, Ashley Ryan, on deck. Mouton getting some instruction from Matt Frakely, the assistant coach at Phoebus. And it's an 0-2 count. 1 down here in the second. Bruins trying to narrow it. They ground ball right up the middle. Second baseman Redmond makes the play, and they call it out at first. Runners move up 60 feet. Score 4-3, and we go to the top of the order. 2 outs here, though.
There's Ryan.
Here's Ashley Ryan, the defensive star
yes.
so far.
They great play on first base.
She with her hat on backwards, her white ribbon coming out of the back, sunglasses on, long T-shirt, which is a smart play today because the breeze makes it chilly. She struck out. She struck on that one. She's only seen 4 pitches now. All 4 strikes. She's out in front of that pitch. Got a good stance and a good swing. Just hadn't caught up to one yet. Here's the pitch. That one's away. Gets away from the catcher, but not far enough. 1-1. So 2 down here in the second. Still 5-1 Phoebus. Bruins trying to tighten it up by a run or 2. And Ryan, defensive star of the ball game so far, at the plate. That one's upstairs. 2-1. Home plate umpire is going to clean off the dish. So Ryan now, Fowler looks in, gets the call. Here's the pitch.
Oh,
Drills that one. That may hit a soccer player.
let's hope not.
She almost hit that directly behind her with power. 2-2 on Ryan. She's way out in front, but she was right on it, just out in front. That one may have entered that concession stand, knocking over the table of nabs. Here's the pitch.
Oh,
that
another one
drilled.
right there. Watch out, Braxton. Ooh.
Braxton, wake up down there, Nathaniel. Did he move? He's okay, yeah. Dedicated cameraman, willing to take one for the team. He'll have comments about that. There he is.
Daniel Braxton.
Trying to look, see just how near he was. 2-2 as Ryan has hit 2 backwards. If this was cricket, Bethel would be ahead. Foul off straight behind her. Well, she's out in front on these off-speed pitch. So Fowler is trying to get her to bite, and she is, but she's putting the bat on it. Two still. All-speed drill right at almost right in the van.
Whoa, Braxton. That time he did get hit. I think
Braxton wondering why Randy Begoli, who's down there talking with Steve Fryer, isn't out there with a glove to protect him. Andy Foley's going to have to get his glove and hand that out.
Oh, man, that was close.
The veteran cameraman says no problem. The 2-2, Fowler. Upstairs, 3-2. Runners do not advance. Probably could have scored, but that would have been tough as Mouton had to chase it around the backstop. 3-2. The softball coming back in the game.
That was the one that hit Braxton's camera.
Did he sign it? I thought I saw him pull out a Sharpie.
I think that's what took us so long to come back.
So 3-2 now, and Ryan has had a great at bat. Fowler trying to get to something she cannot foul off. That one's low and away. And walked by my book. Yeah.
Bases loaded for Allie Miller now, Frank.
There's Allie Miller, who struck out but got on a drop third strike. The junior shortstop scored in the first inning. She's scored the only run so far. She could bring in a couple here with a base hit. Game moving along at a long pace.
Yeah.
But a lot of runners for both teams. Just not a lot of runs. 5-1.
Yeah, definitely moving along pretty slow.
Here's the pitch. Bloop into Fowler's hands, and she makes the catch. That ends the inning. But Bethel loads the bases. They leave 3, and we go to the top of the third. Still, Phoebus 5, Bethel Bruins 1. You're watching softball on LSC, the old-time 24-hour sports channel on Verizon 23.
And YouTube.
Somebody's over there for restacking the nabs here at the concession stand. We got to work on that. Let's talk to the home of academic excellence. What about the disparity in? Oh, look at that. Randy Begoli is over there.
Making sure he's okay.
He's checking the van. If he comes out with a pack of nabs, I'm going to have to go home. Nope. So Nathaniel Braxton holding his own down there on top of the
well, we got to talk to all the schools because Hampton didn't have anything on the softball side.
Had nothing.
Either. Yeah, but Danny Mitchell Field, they have everything you want.
Full service.
Yes,
run by the coach's wife himself, Cindy Mitchell, doing
and
a good
see
job.
Randy going on top of the van. Let's hope everything's okay up there.
What is he going to put out? A yellow thing that says dangerous area?
Do not disturb. Oh, what? Caution, watch out for fly balls.
Watch out for, or in Ryan's case, sharply hit foul balls that go completely backwards.
She was all over the place on that at bat.
It was great at bat. And Fowler lucky to retire the #2 hitter. So we go to the third. Phoebus. Then that Tiana Whiting. Then Isabel Mouton and Olivia Baggett here. Whiting struck out.
Good look at some of the fans
the
here
first.
at Bethel High.
And you see Bethel's got the stands full.
You know, it was very encouraging, Frank. We had a full house over at Hampton and now a full house here.
The softball's a lot of fun to watch.
It is.
If you try to hit it, it's near impossible.
Oh, yeah, you can't hit it.
These pitchers can really throw. Whiting struck out with a 2-2 count back in the first.
There's that smile again.
That smile from Alexander Breen. Well, she's still in the ball game. She trails 5-1. Here's the first pitch in the third. And she openly laughs at the ball call. She is not impressed so far. Frustrated.
Tegan Barnett asking home plate umpire where was the pitch on that last one?
Had to be low. 1-0 on Whiting. That one's inside. Misses the shoebox again. 2-0. Clouds have come back over.
Yeah. Got about 15 minutes of sun, and that was about it.
The 2-0. Grounded to third. Up with it, of course, is Rayfield.
She
Throw over
is
to,
impressive, Frank.
well,
Freshman.
the corners here, at the corners at Bethel, well manned.
Yes.
The freshman third baseman
Man.
and the junior first baseman scored that one. 5-3 with the first out of the inning. Now Isabel Mouton, the catcher.
Well, Coach Hines did say that they're young, they're really impressed with their young players, and they're going to be okay in the future. You look at Rayfield at third, and I see why she's saying that.
That's just the hardest place to play in a softball game. Mouton, who walked and scored a run, she takes a strike, or kind of a half swing. 0-1 on the junior, Isabel Mouton.
Quick note on her, Frank, before the game, she said, please don't say my last name. I said, why? She says, because everybody mispronounces my name. And I said, well, you won't have that problem here at LSC. Well, make sure you say it.
So
say it
I'm right on that, right?
Mouton, yes,
yeah.
Mouton is right, but she always has a problem with people saying her name.
Well, that's because they didn't have Mrs. Mouton at Lindsay Junior High School in 9th grade when some of us got bussed after they closed our fine junior high school, Thorpe Junior High, which is now a parking lot next to Darling Stadium. But they closed it, moved us to Lindsay. I walked into science class. Mrs. Mouton, one of the most inspiring teachers I've ever had, and I hope she's doing well. I think she moved to Bethel, but I don't know for sure. I went on to Hampton. That pitch in right down the middle. 1-2 from Alexandra Breen, and she's going to hope to start this inning off differently than she already has.
Yeah, the last 2 innings have been tough in the beginning.
One thing we do here on LSC is try to get the names right.
Absolutely.
We're very proud of these young people that get out of here and work so hard. This is now the 12-month year practice stuff with it. We see the foul off. On deck hitter Olivia Baggett headed towards the hills trying to get it away from that, but it caught the pole at the end of the fence and bounced out to Ryan.
Baggett, like we said earlier, is going to Georgetown, Frank. After high school here at Phoebus High in Hampton.
Mouton with a 1-2 count, one down here in the third. Right by now I could use a pack of those nabs.
I'm going to make sure I tell Mr. Saunders about the...
You tell Mr. Saunders there's a disparity in the snack food available. The 1-2. Upstairs, just a bit high. 2-2.
You know, as an outfielder on the softball team, you have to, you don't get many balls your way. So when it comes, you have to be ready.
You have to position yourself, and they're playing very shallow left and center.
Very.
And as hard as Breen throws it, if the bat comes around, it could go a long way. That one's Alexandra can't get that pitch called a strike, save her life, and she is not happy. That's her out pitch, and she's thrown it 5 or 6 times now and cannot get it called a strike. There's Mouton giving it a smile as the opposing catcher. She knows how close that was. 3-2 now as Breen's going to have to bring it up. Drive it right over the head of Norris in the right field, base hit.
As soon as I say that, it goes into the outfield.
Yeah. Again, she's kind of a Texas leaguer, right? No man's land. So 1 on 1 out. The batter is the senior Olivia Baggett, the right fielder. Still got her windbreaker on because the breeze is, every time she comes up, the breeze picks up.
Yeah.
Chills the field. She got on the fielder's choice and scored a run in the second. That one's in. That's all-speed pitch. And you see the impact of the all-speed pitch.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to come out of her hand as a fastball, but instead it just floats in, and the batter has to decide early, and that time swings through the pitch. Alexander still with a big smile on her face. Here's a pitch. Hot foul.
Right near us.
You're checking your head there. Be sure it didn't knock your headset off. Thank goodness we have chain link. But it comes right at it. We've got soccer signs back there entertaining their pitcher. Thank goodness Alexander Breen has concentration, because you can see the young ladies in the background. And they've thrown her off. Pitch gets away. The runner goes 60 feet to second base. I don't know the purpose.
Well, there was senior day over on the soccer field, so they must have snagged some posters and brought them down here.
So the 1-2 count here with one down in the third. Breen. And you can see, almost see her view of her classmates. At the inverse. Oh, ground ball to short. Up quickly is Miller.
Nice
Makes the throw. The throw over to third base. Very nearly gets a runner who probably underestimated that combination. So bag it out at first on the nice play by Allie Miller. But Mouton gets to third, barely. And now Breanna Holden, the leadoff hitter. She's walked twice, scored once.
Good field, good looking infield so far for Bethel.
It really is.
With Miller and Rayfield, and of course
Miller just a junior.
Yes. And Ryan,
second
of course,
baseman's a freshman. So two freshmen, two juniors. As Holden takes a strike.
Again, you know, when coaches talk and they say, "Oh, we're looking good in the future," but we're seeing it here with Rayfield, Norris, and Ryan.
The
and
whole
Miller.
infield.
Yeah.
Yeah, two juniors, two freshmen. Fouled off. 0-2 quickly on Holden. Coach is in the stand, very vocal today.
Oh yeah.
How that ball should be hit. You know, you should send him up there to stand in front of Alexander Breen and try to hit that fastball. I think Holden did a nice job to get her bat on that one. It was a rising fastball. So one thing the pitchers can do in softball, they can't do in baseball, and that makes the ball go up.
Oh, nice.
That one off herself is a foul. Good call by the home plate umpire, Robert Marshall. He got it right away. Came right off the thigh of Holden. Count stays 0-2. This is where I expect the off-speed pitch right here.
I think we just saw that from Breen.
Two.
Oh.
Was inside. Got her in the foot. As she tried to leap over the pitch. Hit her. So hit by pitch. Puts 2 on at the corners. And now Gabrielle Redmond. Redmond on in the first on a fielder's choice. Scored a run. And then lined down to Ashley Ryan in the second. Ryan stabbed it. Laying on the ground. Made the out. So she's 0 for 2 but scored a run. Looking for a base hit here to try to knock in that 6th run for the Phantoms. It's upstairs, ball 1. Throws, goes to shortstop, and they're trying to entice the runner to come down. And not successful that time. So the runner goes to
Miller, though.
Yep.
Almost went into left field.
So the 1-0 to the junior second baseman. Hot up in the left field. Gabby Wimes over to her left. It's going to be the center fielder, and she hangs on. That's Ebony Giles. They collide.
Oh, man.
But Giles hangs on to the third out. Very lucky it's the third out. Very lucky they don't appear to be too hurt.
Well,
Giles is still down.
Weems is okay, but Giles is still recovering.
And a little lack of communication out there in the outfield. Everybody takes a knee, but that's the third out. Wimes is going to come off.
I saw it coming, Frank. I was wondering if they were calling. They were calling it off. I mean, nobody called it. They both went for it, and I mean, she still made the catch, but let's just hope that she's okay. Weems ran off.
Well, the batter's out. So they're on the field. They need to just come off and let the umpire, and they're dealing with it now. They're going to call for the trainer for Giles.
Man.
And I think Giles may have gotten the worst of it because she had her arm outstretched. Wimes came kind of right into her.
Man.
So unfortunately, Ebony's sitting up out there. That's going to do it for the inning as the Bethel infield comes to home plate to kneel, but They're going to get Giles up. She's going to get a nice hand from the crowd. Tough collision out there, and she's going to walk off. Hopefully, she seems okay. Maybe a little gimpy on the right leg. Now comes the trainer. Well, that does it for the inning as Ebony Giles comes off.
You know, what goes unnoticed is it was a great catch.
It was a great catch. So it was, to hold on to it was a great catch. I mean, the can of corn fly ball, but when two of them go in, yeah, I hope she is okay. So that we go to the bottom half of the inning, and Giles is supposed to be the leadoff hitter. So let's see if she's okay to continue. Brianna Fowler, the fiery Brianna Fowler, go back to the mound. We've seen her. She was a little frustrated in that last inning. So here we go. Just the bottom of the third. Scoreboard's got the fourth.
Oh, top of the fourth, right?
Oh, this is the home team coming to the plate. We're in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, bottom of the third.
Third. Fowler out there. Can you spot any changes? I'm trying to see if we got any changes. Amanda Moreland out. Coach Moreland, see if she's got changes.
She heard you, Frank.
Well, she trained in the right organizations. She knows how particular I am. Coach Moreland says, what has she got change-wise? All right. So Destiny Redmond in the 8th hole for the Phantoms. She'll be playing third base as Lauren Schofield comes in to catch. So just one change for the Phoebus Phantoms, and of course that's all the subs they have today, as Leanne Bryant is out hurt. So we'll see who's going to hit for Giles here in the bottom of the third. Bethel needs her, but certainly not if she's injured.
Yeah.
She seemed to be okay. She got close to the bench, but she certainly had a collision. Wimes came right into her. And the two of them collide. Let's see how they are as Shantae Hines out trying to get straight who her lineup's going to be.
And Schofield, Frank, is going behind the plate, switching over to catcher from third base.
She hears her name. Lauren Schofield, the senior, veteran.
That's the advantage of being so close
to
the field here. I love Darling. I love football on Friday nights, but we're so far.
Well, if we get any closer, we're going to wear one of those little masks because we're right on top of it.
You know, let me say one thing, Frank. I know I said it on the podcast, but we one of our players from Phoebus came up to me and just wanted to thank us and appreciate us for what we do for these young kids on LSC, and we appreciate all the viewership and all the responses.
We sure do. That young man we've called many times on the football field. As we watch Kaylee Creech, who is filled in here. She is substituted in for Ebony Giles Creech, number 12.
She's a sophomore.
We'll see where she goes defensively, but right now she's going to hit, and she bounces one off the plate. Fowler picks it up, underhands it over to first base to Gilford, and that retires Creech. Scored 1-3 with the first out here in the third. Now Elisa Wiggins. Elisa, junior right fielder. She grounded to second base, but knocked the only run in for the Bruins back in the first.
She put a nice swing on that one the first time she was up.
And Brianna Fowler is what we call no joke out there. She continues to pound the zone with pitches. That one's an all-speed pitch.
We've been fortunate to see some good pitching so far this year in softball.
Have been.
only a junior. She'll be back next year, which will be a young Phoebus squad next year.
Yep. 0-2.
Oh, man.
A fly ball to center field.
That might be out of here.
Right
Oh,
defense.
good catch.
Made good catch out there by Tiana Whiting. She brings in a long drive. Farthest hit ball we've seen
Yes, that was
in
a
the
good
ball
hit,
game.
Good swing.
So 2 down now, and the opposing pitcher, Alexander Breen, at the plate.
As the hecklers are back behind the plate.
Breen.
Obviously friends of Breen.
Pops
Didn't
the
they
foul over
almost
there.
get it?
He almost hit the hecklers, yeah. 0-1 on Breen. Yeah, Breen brings her own fan club.
Yeah, got her own fan club out there.
She gave them a souvenir with that last pitch. Here's the next one. She lays off what has been called a ball all day. 1-1. That's the consistent. That's where she's trying to get her strike.
Different
so did
strike
Fowler.
zone. Different strike zone here than over at Hampton.
Yeah, 1-1 now.
Oh.
Swing the miss of the off speed and the ups there. That's 1 and 2. She popped the third her first time up. 1-2 on Breanna. She looks down to Coach Hines, get a few pointers, and steps back in. Fowler. That one's low. 2 and 2. Third baseman now is Redmond.
It was Baggett, I thought. Is it Baggett?
Oh, Baggett in right, or wasn't right? Did they move her? They may have switched them around. That foul ball.
Ooh, that was close, Frank.
Very close. To look around, it does look like Baggett's going to third defensively. We'll just have to catch the number in right field. So Olivia has moved to third. We'll get these straight when they come to the plate. That was low. 3-2 down on Breen. If she's worked a full count, trying to keep this inning alive, 2 down for the Bruins. That one's in. They give her a base. That's the same pitch both pitchers have been trying to get. Not going to get it today. Now Tegan Barnett, the catcher for the Bruins. And they're going to run for Alexander Breen, the pitcher.
And that's
Kyla Hobbs.
Kyla Hobbs, who is the daughter of Hampton City Council member Billy Hobbs. She's a swimmer and a golfer here at Bethel, a senior.
So Hobbs in to be the special runner for the pitcher. Now Barnett, who singled in the second, made her way around to third base, couldn't get in. As Bruins stranded 3 in the second. Grounded foul.
Barnett, the senior catcher, also plays third base.
Pitches up. Ball down second base. They get the runner out by about a quarter mile. Hobbs thrown out, trying to steal on a pitch he shouldn't try to steal on. Nice throw down there. Barnett left at the plate, scored 2-4 with a third out. So what becomes 3.5 and 3 up, 3.5 up, 3 down. And that does it for the Bruins here in the third.
Now we'll go to the top of the fourth.
And we're still going to straighten out the defensively. It looks like, I think that's Redmond at third and Baggett moved to center.
Who was in right?
We just had to figure it out as we see the batters come up here. But we'll do that next inning. We now go to the top of the fourth. It's still 5-1 Phoebus. They grabbed a 3-1 lead after the first, put 2-1, 2-0 lead after the first. And put 3 more up in the second. They were shut out in the third. Now Alexander Breen trying to do the same thing here in the fourth.
Breen just acknowledging her friends as they run off. So now we have, I think Creech is going in at third, Frank, from what it looks like.
We'll try to get this.
It's like
Wimes going back out to left. And it's going to be our third base,
No,
Rayfield, out there.
She's going out to center, yeah.
Rayfield goes to center field, and Creech goes to third base. So just to switch the defensive positions for the sub. Otherwise the same. Phantom's going to send up their 3, 4, and 5 hitter Lauren Schofield at the plate, followed by Hayden Sanford and Brianna Fowler. The senior has singled, knocked a run in. Actually, excuse me, it wasn't a single, it was a sac fly. It was called an infield fly. So she knocks the run in with the infield fly in the second, and then she walked and scored in the first. An RBI and a walk, she's 0 for 1. And her team leads at 5-1. Good shot of Lauren Schofield.
And notice Bethel doesn't. No Bethel infielder has the infield mask.
No.
Guess it's all optional. But
So I mean, Ryan wearing her sunglasses, and she wears a mouth guard. If you notice.
I noticed that.
Pitches up, ball 1 on Schofield. I think Sanford may have moved to right, but we're going to kind of keep track of that. Pitch is supposed to be all speed. It lifts up, and it's 2-0 on Schofield. We have a stadium mic. It's getting every bit of gossip from the fans here. The 2-0. Broken bat, but it's aluminum. Pop foul
Allie Miller.
Short,
Ooh.
and Miller. And a little confusion with the new third baseman, Creech. But Miller is able to reach up.
Oh, I thought Creech was going to go get it, and she backed away, and Miller.
And again, communication we've seen twice now. Now this is Hayden Sanford. Sanford, shortstop. She's got on a fielder's choice, got on an error, so she's 0 for 2, but she's been on base twice. Breen with 1 out here in the 4th. Good pitch there, a good look at the pitch, and watch this one come in. It's in for a ball inside.
I just love the facial expressions of Breen.
She's just good-natured. Can't let a 2-13 record ruin her. She just comes out and plays every day and does the best she can, and that's all you can ask, especially when you're rebuilding.
That's right.
Nice frame by the catcher, Barnett, to begin the first strike. 1-1 now.
And you made a good point, Frank. These programs are, what, 4 years apart?
It's about,
in terms of progress. And
give Coach Himes 4 years, and I think she'll have them back.
Again, we talked about how young the infield was. I mean, all juniors and junior, sophomore, and 2 freshmen.
Well, Creech is a sophomore, yeah. Foul ball just hopped over the bag, but just foul. Good,
we've
good
seen
shot we had.
A couple right down that line on that third base line.
1-2 on Sanford, the sophomore. Breen now trying to get a quick inning so her team can get back to the bat. Was low, gets away, 2-2. Fowler on deck, fiery pitcher, ready to go. She's got a single and a walk, 2 RBIs today. Help herself.
I love her enthusiasm as well.
Ground ball third, picked up foul.
Man, it's been 3 or 4 plays that they've.
Also just kind of ignoring the foul balls. Of course, they have to play so close. Not a lot they can do about that. They got to play so close. So 2-2 now on Sanford. Popped into the left center field. Over goes Rayfield. She makes the play. Why not? She made the play at third base. Now she makes the play in the outfield. 2 down here.
There's that freshman again, Frank.
Here's Destiny
Switch
Redmond.
positions.
Now this is Brianna Fowler. Oh, we had her for a special runner. That's why she's in the book.
And
there, she's now in the 8-hole.
You know, one thing people don't talk about, Frank, is on the high school level, you play different positions. You know, when you're in college and pro, you play one position. So For Rayfield to go from third to center and make a play, I mean, it's not as easy as it looks.
She's clearly the athlete.
Yes.
One of the couple athletes out there. She's played in a variety of places. Fowler, Siv, 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs, and she takes the ball low.
2 good shots to center.
Well, Fowler just a junior, and she's showing you a little bit about her ability. Alexander Breen getting the sign from her catcher Tegan Barnett. Puts her hands on the ball, and here she goes. That one's fouled off. Rising fastball, 1-1. Top of the 4th here at Bethel High School on a brisk May afternoon here, May 8, 2018.
Contrary to last year, Frank, we weren't able to get any games in during the spring season because of rain. So we fortunate to get these 2 softballs and 1 baseball game in so far on LSC.
Here's a 1-1. Upstairs, 2-1. Kaylee Gilford on deck. You say 5 and 8 coming in. No chance to make the playoffs this year, but still great progress.
Yeah.
Over the past few years under the head coach Amanda Moreland.
I asked Coach if there was any chance, and she said not in that tough 3A division when you have the likes of Tab and Grafton and Lafayette and teams like that in that 3A division. You can't be 5 and 8 and make a playoff run. But like you said, you know, the progress that they've made over the last few years has been amazing. And, you know, head coach Amanda Moreland should be very proud of this squad.
Well, one thing no progress made is getting that low strike called. Foul.
Almost, Frank, almost over the top of the fence. But see,
the likelihood of hitting a table this small is slim to none.
I was going to say you could use your Hampton width. You go back to your Hampton width days and snag it before it hit the table. But I'll use the table as a glove, I guess.
I'm going to take this table small, but you get the next readings for putting your phone on it. I'll take mine off to make room. Okay. 3-2 now on Fowler. Miss low. Those are pitches that these pitchers normally get, and they're not getting today, neither one of them. So here's Kaylee Gilford. She has struck out twice, both on 2-2 counts today. Trying to keep this inning alive. We're in the top of the 4th. Phantoms have not scored since the 2nd. Alexander Breen has settled down nicely. Pitches in for a strike. I don't know who thinks a table this big is big. What do you think, Wube? No way that anybody in their possible right mind could think this is a large table.
Well,
no way.
No way.
No way. 0-1 now on Gilford. She fouls it off. That's a great pitch right there, because that one would have been a call to strike. Breen is bringing it up just a little bit, trying to catch the bottom of the zone, and she did it that time. Got it fouled. Oh, 2 now to Gilford.
That reminds me of this joke we had when we were younger. Your house is so small you have to eat a large pizza outside. So this is, whoa, almost.
That's fouled off sharply. That's the on-deck hitter, Tiana Whiting. Yeah, I will give a shout out on Hampton Television for a new restaurant in Smithfield that I found on Saturday. Sal's Pizza is opened over there in that shopping center on right, 10 before you bear off right to go to downtown.
Yeah.
We got 2 larges, the 2 extra large, 24-inch pizzas. I had to put them in the trailer to get them back. Fouled off again. But I got to say,
they've got a few good restaurants over there.
And I had them double cut, and to put them on a paper plate, you had to flip the end onto the plate.
That's when you know you have a pizza.
Let me tell you, and I know there's some Sal's Pizzas over here, but if you're over on the south side, catch a Sal's Pizza. That was quite a meal. So an 0-2 still. Upstairs, throw is not down at second base because nobody was covering.
Well,
and it's made late, and the runner makes it to second base, but it's a 1-2 count on Gilford.
Another communication error between Norris and Miller, as both of them ran to second base.
Yeah, they're not communicating across the bag there. You see some major leaguers hold the play up and open their mouth or
Right.
close their mouth to show which one's going to cover. 1-2 though, as Breen's trying to bear down here on the batter. She's got 2 outs here in the 4th. Ground ball right back to Breen. Fields it cleanly, throws it to first base, and retires the side. So nice playing and pitching by Alexandra Breen brings her team to the bottom of the 4th. They trail it 5-1. And we watch this. Yeah, it's Destiny Redmond going to right field. So that answers that question. Destiny is going to right. So she's not at third base. She's in right. And Baggett is at third base. So that solves the mystery.
She took the windbreaker off, so now we can see her number. So that is Baggett, yes.
It's going to freeze out if the sun doesn't pop out here in a minute. Kind of April weather in May is what we're seeing this year.
The weather's been up and down the whole
mostly
time.
Down.
Yeah, mostly down.
But we are lucky we got some heavy rain the other morning.
Yeah.
Sunday morning. It was a lot of rain here
in
Hampton.
Little drizzle and overcast today.
The Virginia Beach really got it Sunday morning. They were washed out at Ocean View. But now, hopefully this week, a little cloudy. Sun out full on Friday. And you'll have another round of games Friday. LSC going to cover anything Friday?
No. It's funny you ask. You know, Minchville's playing Hampton right now as we speak.
Today. You got a score there? You're following them on Twitter. 2 of the top teams on the boys' side of things. So Brianna Fowler back out. She's pitching a one-run game here. And she's going to face the Bethel lineup as they start through the middle part and towards the end. Tegan Barnett, Jasmine Caldwell, Morgan Rayfield for the Bethel Bruins. The opposing catcher steps in. She has a single, an infield hit. One of the 2 hits for the Bethel squad. Smacks it to the third baseman. Baggett makes the catch. So 1 down, 1 pitch here in the 4th. Fowler getting her support defensively. Now Jasmine Caldwell, the DP, designated player. It's funny, sometimes the 2 sports come up with these different names, but this is a designated player. Fowler delivers down low, ball 1. See, those pitches, through the game we called earlier, those would have been called strikes. That zone was much lower. We were right behind the plate on that one. We probably have a better view of the zone here, being slightly on the side of the catcher. That one's low, ball 2. Krista Campbell and Renee Camden doing a good job on figuring out which camera can bring you a good shot of Olivia Baggett there at third base. There's it in high, as you can see. You get a camera angle that good right there. Robert Marshall could stay at home and call that. That's right behind the plate. You can see it.
Awesome shot.
Good shot of Brianna Fowler. That one's right down the pipe. Strike 1. They call her Bray. Bray. And 3-1 in, grounded to first base, backhanded down there by Gilford, and she makes the tag for the 2nd out.
Nice backhand.
So 2 down here. Phoebus defense showing itself off a little bit, and here's Morgan Rayfield. Speaking of defenders, she's made a couple plays at third, and now made a play at center field in the last half inning. She walked her first time up on 4 pitches, 4 close pitches that I remember. So the freshman takes one low. One thing, Wube, she's got all the mechanics of a very talented young athlete.
She does,
she's only a 9th grader. But you can tell just by the way she holds herself and the way she steps in and out of the box as she's played.
Really impressed with her.
That all-speed pitch catches the upper right corner there to the right-hand hitter. 1-1. Brianna Fowler with the 1-1. Misses. Those are pitches they're going to get in some games, and they just can't get them here. And you see Fowler not happy. That means the zone's being called very fairly. Both pitchers getting the same frustration. That one just misses. I got to give it to Rayfield. She called that inside corner herself better than anybody.
Yes, she does.
Saw Athletic Director Lee Martin riding around in a golf cart earlier.
VIP style.
Obviously working hard as always. Misses away. She's walked again. So Rayfield very confident in the plate. 2-out walk, and now Gabby Wimes, the surviving outfield of the collision.
That was
Wimes
very scary.
and Ebony Giles make the collision out there. Giles made the catch. Wimes survived and remains in the game. She grounded to second base. She pops it foul right at Wube. Let's give that a minute for him to come back to the table. He thought about hiding behind the table. That would only cover like his one leg.
That's commentator there. I get the air on that one.
That's right. Fowler delivers and catches her in the back foot as she was leaping out of the way.
She's having a rough game, Frank.
It's not her own player running into her, it's a pitch. 2 on, 2 out here, and then top of the order is Ashley Ryan, the talented first baseman. She's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. And that great defensive Jim down at first base. Chance now to put a run on. Rayfield playing with them out there.
Again, I never like to judge the game we watch. I always look at the younger players and see what they're built, how their team is built. And again, Bethel has a lot of good, promising players. As you see Ryan playing great defensively and at the plate.
Well, if Ryan ever straightens one out, she hits it as far as she almost hit Nate Braxton right up top of the van. Yeah, she can hit Steve Fowler with that pitch. See right there in center field, you see him. He's the guy right there standing behind the camera, right above Fowler's left shoulder.
There's another one.
That's an all-speed pitch. And Schofield couldn't hang on. She made the play. She had it in her glove, but she collapsed. It crashed to the ground. That's a good effort. It is a strike 2. Owen Schofield, what a great effort by the senior.
Bethel with some base runners. 2 outs though.
1-2. All speed. Both, you see these batters trying to hang on. That time just gets the end of the bat on it. Stays 1 and 2. Matt Frakely calling the pitches, it looks like, over here to his catcher. Foul that
I'll tell you what, Ryan is he's a tough
Stays alive,
Yes.
Got a good eye at the plate. Just fighting off the tough one, trying to get something right in her wheelhouse. All-speed pitch upstairs. Good pitch from Fowler. Ball goes down to second base. Rayfield going to third.
No.
Called out. She got hung up off the base. The throw back was to second base. And she gets caught. And so she only had one way to go. And tagged out down there by Baggett. So score that one. Call it 2-4-5 with the third out. So Bethel strands 1. We go to the 5th. It's 5-1 Phoebus. You're watching softball on the LSC, your 24-hour sports channel. Also found on Verizon 23.
And YouTube.
And YouTube. Obviously, we haven't let the marketing department work on our slogan yet.
I think we need help. So if anybody from the marketing department can help us, please do.
Please. We need to come up with a better slogan than 4 sentences about where we are on the dials.
Well, we're all sports all the time. So
all sports all the time.
Go.
LSC. Is Alexander Breen. All smiles all the time. Comes back to the mound, the junior. She's settled down nicely. She gives up 5 in the first 2 innings and then has kept the Phantoms off the board. Crowd thinning out as I understand the Nabs have sold out. So everybody going down to 7-Eleven, see if they can find some food.
Or they're going into the baseball field.
That's right. Baseball game looks like it's over.
Yeah.
Either that or Phoebus is just, I thought I saw a few players walking away, but no, they're still going. I can't see the scoreboard.
They're having a tough season. And Bethel, uncharacteristically, having a down year over there. I think they're 5-8, if I'm not mistaken, on the season. Usually have a good program over there on the baseball squad on the Bethel Bruins.
It's a good picture of the future of
Yes,
Bethel Bruins
absolutely.
softball with Alexander Breen right in the middle of them.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Breen,
Yeah, Creech,
Norris, a freshman, Miller,
Ryan, yeah.
and Rayfield. Great nucleus to build off of.
Here's Tiana Whiting. Whiting struck out and grounded out. That time she fouled it off her own leg.
Oh.
That time the umpire didn't see her. The ball is going to hit the leg. It's nearly impossible to see. Frankly, instructing his player to run unless you hear something. He's absolutely right. That time it was too close to see. I'm not sure if the bases umpire saw it, but the home plate umpire, no way to see that, and it's spun foul. 0-1 on Whiting, the senior. Redmond on deck, her first at bat coming up. Alexander Breen, her fan club having departed. Whiting awaits. Up and in ball. 2-1 now. Well, game is slowed down here in the top of the 5th. Breen upstairs. 3-1 now. Brandon Bateman, third base coach, has gone to the sweatshirt as the sun, I think, has abandoned us for good.
I think it's done for the day. No rain, no heavy rain though. We can say that. A little sprinkle early.
We have no rain at all today.
Overcast, but
pitches away, and Breen's giving up a walk here. As soon as we compliment her on her last 2 innings, she gives up the leadoff walk, which she did in the first and the second. Now Destiny Redmond. Redmond, R-E-B-M-A-N.
she was moved to right field, Frank, later in the game.
Yep, she's in right now. Well, she special ran for pitcher and catcher in the first and second innings. Now gets to bat herself. She takes the ball. Redmond, just a junior. So Whiting at first base, her first time on base. Alexander Breen now. Trying to entice maybe a double play. Swing and a miss, throw back down to first base, and they very nearly get Whiting, and she's way too far off the base for this defensive combo. Nice throw by Barnett.
Yeah, I was going to say Barnett's had some good throws.
Down to Ryan. Ryan loads the mouth guard. She's ready to go. And Muffin Curry used to wear that mouth guard and take it out.
Take it out.
Play. Take it up during the play. Foul straight back. She's right on it. Just a little underneath. 1-2 now on Redmond. Good shot of Destiny Redmond. Redmond looks like a natural athlete.
Yes, she does.
Don't know her softball background. The 1-2. High and strikes her out. So she swung and went and chased that all-speed pitch. One down now, and the batter is Olivia Baggett, the senior. She's got on a fielder's choice, scored a run in the second, and grounded to short back in the third. As the wind picks up. Pops it up over the shortstop's head, right out of the reach of Miller. It's a little single to left.
Good effort by Miller, though.
Really was. Very nearly came up with it. 2 on now with 1 out. At the top of the order, Breanna Holden. Holden walked in the first, walked in the second, scored a run, then hit by a pitch. So she is 0 for 0 officially, but she scored a run. (5-1) as the light fades. The sun has not got anywhere near the setting, but the clouds have darkened on the western side.
A little breezy too.
See there, Holden wearing a Rage helmet. One of her travel teams, I guess. Fouled off right underneath her feet. Strike one. Yeah. Table is like a fan blade. What do you think? You and I are going to have to call for coach. Nothing to hide behind out here.
Just go in the dugout and do the rest of the game.
Watch it on LSC, the 24-hour sports channel. Pitch in, swung on, missed. Throw down third base, creeps not at third. Runners move up 90 feet. So the strike brings the runners closer. Now Holden's job is to knock them in. She was fooled that time. She smiles. And Breen, trying to keep the damage to nothing here in the fifth, delivers. It's low, bounces in front of the plate. Nice stop by Barnett. 1-2 on Holden. Good shot there. The scoreboard in the background. See 5-1 the guest. Chloe Norris at second base, over playing second base. Fouled again. Everybody stays put. Good shot there, Breanna Holden.
There's people making dinner plans already.
You're making me hungry. 1-2, swung on a miss, struck her out on the off-speed pitch. Real nice pitch. 2 down here, 2 strikeouts. Five strikeouts now for Breen. And now Gabrielle Redmond. Redmond has got on a fielder's choice and scored. Lined out to Ryan down at first base and then popped to center. And the ball, here comes the runner.
Oh.
And it gets, the throw comes back, gets through the pitcher. The run scores. Good changes coming here for the Phoebus Phantoms. We'll get those when we get to them. So they only had the one sub, and she's in the game. Destiny Redmond in right. They have a pitching change going to the bottom of the inning.
This is Gabrielle Redmond.
Redmond
the junior.
1-0. And the runner now at third base is Olivia Baggett. She swings and misses. Nice pitch from Breen. Picking up Amanda Moreland very well on her reception there.
Very into it. Even up 6-1 in the fifth.
She wants this win, and no question, she wants to close this season out with wins. Upstairs, 2-1. Starts to snow, we could always use this table for like a ski.
Snowboarding or
Just
something.
need to find another table,
Yeah.
and we can have a pair.
We definitely can't share it, so.
2-1 now on Gabrielle Redmond, the junior. Swing and a miss, and the ball is going to get, called foul. So the runner's going to return. Counts 2-2 now. As Baggett thought it just hopped out of the catcher's glove, but it got a piece of the bat. 2-2 on Redmond. Good shot of Gabriella. Gabrielle, or Gabby as the crowd is calling her. Looking for a big hit here. 6-1 Phoebus. Top of the fifth. Fouled off her own leg. Got her right in the shin.
Yes.
She's out in front. Going to need ice or just wait 15 minutes till this air freezes enough and pull her sock down. She'll be all right.
It should be fine.
So Hampton weather's amazing. You know, Virginia weather's amazing.
It is.
We've gone from spring till late winter in about 30 minutes. Alexander Breen seems to be unaffected. The 2-2, swing and a miss, struck her out. 3 strikeouts for Breen in the inning, so she is warmed up nicely. She does give up the run on the pass ball. So we go to the bottom of the 5th, and it is 6-1 Phoebus. You're watching softball on LSC, the 24-hour all sports channel, and on Verizon and on YouTube. Yeah, this commercial brought to you by Ube Cabaret.
Yes, we need some commercials.
New pitching for the for the Phoebus fans. Let me give you the change if you're scoring at home. Hayden Sanford's going to come to the mound. So the shortstop takes over on the mound. The Redmond, who was at second base, moves to shortstop. Now the shortstop, as it came to the mound, the pitcher, Brianna Fowler, is going to go to left field. So she goes from infield to outfield. And the left fielder, Breanna Holden, comes in to play second base. So the new pitcher is Hayden Sanford. Another right-hander, another strong pitcher. The two of them have carried the Phantoms all year. Fowler out to left field. The new second baseman is Breanna Holden. And the shortstop is Gabrielle Redmond. A lot of changes for a team that only had 1 sub. Now we see Gilford's gone to the sweatshirt. It is getting chilly. Some like the first baseman for Bethel, Ashley Ryan, came prepared, and she's at the she's at the plate. And she's going to face a new pitcher, and she's wearing her long sleeves. Grounded to third underneath the bat. No touch by Baggett. That's going to be a base hit. And rounding second base, and she's going to try to stretch it into a triple.
Oh, no.
She's in safely as a triple. So Ryan leads off with a triple right underneath the glove of Baggett.
So no new pitcher.
Oh yeah,
different result. As Ryan.
Well, Ryan's been hitting the ball sharply.
Oh, yeah.
She was at the plate on that last out when Rayfield got caught off the base. Remember, so she's going to lead off. Now they're going to appeal it. They say that she didn't touch first base. And I'm not sure. They got to throw the ball over there, of course. But I'm not sure anybody kept an eye on that.
I think they did, yeah, but they don't.
Ross Phillips and Robert Marshall, the veteran umpires, are going to say, no, I think she got it. Safe is a call. So Ashley Ryan with the first extra base hit of the day. She has a triple and is with no outs at first base now. Allie Miller with a chance to bring a run in. She scored the only run for the Bruins so far. Back in the first, she got on a drop third strike and came around and scored on the RBI ground out by Elisa Wiggins. Pop on the infield.
See the communication.
Shortstop. Redmond makes the catch. So
good call on
pitch
Redmond.
And 1 out there. Yep. Now Kaylee Creech, who entered the game for Ebony Giles when she was injured. Creech, her chance to knock the run in.
And you've been saying it, Frank. Ryan, and she's been hitting the ball, and finally she got square and had a good punch over in left field right down the line.
Yeah. Creech 0 for 1. She grounded the pitcher her first time up.
Creech, another one of those young players, a sophomore, Frank.
Trying to get Ashley Ryan home from third with her leadoff triple. Ground ball short. I don't know why the runner didn't break it on that, but she didn't break. Here she breaks now. She's in safely.
What a play. Ryan is a player.
So the ground ball RBI for Creech. Her first of the game. Run scores is now 6-2 Phoebus. A couple of things at the plate made it interesting. And the on-deck hitter should have come out and gotten that bat out of the way.
I was going to say that, yeah.
But a good slide by Ryan as she leaps over the bat.
Oh, yeah. She's a
lays
player.
out.
She's definitely
She is a player. So the triple leads to the run here. 2 down in the 5th as Sanford gives up the first run of her pitching. And it's smashing the right field base hit past the diving Gilford.
And let me tell you, that's a 3rd hard hit by Wiggins.
Yeah.
One to deep center, one that was hit to first, and this one goes into right field.
She knocked in a run with that ground ball in the 1st inning. Then popped to deep center now.
Just wonder why Coach Moreland went to the pitching
well,
change.
you got 2 pitchers, and you're going to give them both. Now Breen, who's hit the ball both times, but both times out. And she takes a strike on the outside corner. Actually, I take it back. She walked. Was thrown out at second base. So she's 0 for 2. She's getting 0 for 1 with the walk. Grounded up the first baseline foul. 0-2 now on Breen with 2 down here in the 5th. Run in, but still 6-2 Phoebus. Hayden Sanford throws in an Ephus pitch, and it's called a ball.
Oh.
Ball now goes through outfield, nobody watching.
Nobody on the base.
Too much breathe. Yeah, nobody on the base, but the runner not looking and may not have had a chance to get down there, to be honest. Didn't get that far past. So 1-2 now on Breen. She laces it into right field, base hit. It skips by Redman out there. Wiggins going to be sent.
Going to be a close play.
And it's cut off as Wiggins scores. And it's going to be a single and an RBI.
And they are ripping the ball now, Frank.
So the opposing pitcher, Breen, knocks in a run, cuts the lead 6-3. Now Tegan Barnett. This happens sometimes. Both pitchers actually have started games for Phoebus. They were having trouble with Fowler. Less trouble with Sanford as she delivers a strike. Barnett, the catcher, is singled in the 2nd and popped to 3rd base. 1 for 2 today. That one's called strike up in the zone, but he got the call, did Hayden Sanford. 0-2 now as Barnett's going to protect the plate with Breen at second base. Foul ball. Barnett with a good eye at the plate. Of course, opposing catcher.
Her and Ryan.
Yeah, she's been able to put her bat on there. Swing and a miss, struck her out. So Sanford gets herself out of trouble. But 2 runs score in the inning. We go to the top of the 6th. It is 6-3 Phoebus. You're watching softball on LSC, the 24-hour sports channel.
The home of 24-hour sports.
The home of the athletic Nathaniel Braxton. Gets out of the way of foul balls better than anybody.
Oh, yeah. I wish we had that on film.
Here come the Bruins out. They pick up a couple runs there. And after Breen struck out the side in the 5th, she gave up a run. Had a walk, a single, and 3 strikeouts. Let's see if she can do it here. Breen had to come off the base to get her cap and glove. Breen without sleeves. You see Ryan over at first base with full sleeves. Probably the smart one of the day with a kind of a thin undershirt on underneath, long sleeve. There she is there. If you can catch the blue mouth guard, hangs out of her mouth. The young lady with the triple, leadoff triple there in the bottom of the inning, led to the first run for the Bruins. Now they wait for the catcher, who was the last out of the inning. She comes out. She caught a good game with Alexandra Breen on the mound. Lauren Schofield, Hayden Sanford, Brianna Fowler for the Phantoms here in the 6th. You see the line there is Nathaniel Braxton. Yeah, that mark on the side of the camera is where he was hit last game. Here comes the senior, Lauren Schofield. Schofield this game has walked and scored a run, sacrificed and knocked a run in, and then popped to the shortstop. He's 0 for 1. There we are, bundled up. There's our table. We've added 2 others to make it look bigger. Breen now facing in and fouled off by Schofield. Good pitch from Breen, and she comes up and fast on the first pitch. She's starting to feel it here.
Yes. So similar to the first time they met, Frank, the 7-4 Phoebus win, 6-3 here in the 6th.
6 strikeouts for Breen through 5. Upstairs, ball 1. See the score there behind Alexander Breen's right shoulder. 6-3 Phoebus here in the top of the 6th inning. Schofield looking for her first base hit. She's done it about all today. That one's low and misses, 2-1. Both pitchers have been looking for that all day, and they're not going to get it. But Breen is working that ball up and down in the zone. Good shot of the senior. She gets ready for the next pitch. Pop down the right field line, fair by a foot. So a single for Schofield to lead off the 6th.
Yeah.
Not much Wiggins could do with that, other than watch it hit and roll foul. So Hayden Sanford now the pitcher. Gotten on a fielder's choice, gotten on an error and popped to center. So 0 for 3. In for a strike. As Breen has ratcheted up her pitching and the speed. Her velocity seems to have gotten higher as the game has gone on, especially she's throwing that high fastball now for a strike. The 0-1. Right down the pipe, fouled off. 0-2 now on Sanford, the sophomore.
The baseball game looks like it just
It's
ended.
over, yeah.
Well, of course, we had a little delay at the beginning, so.
Yeah, this game behind the baseball game. 0-2 now. Breen looks for a 7th strikeout. Tegan Barnett gives it a target, and she misses it high. And then throws it down the right field line. Laying the runner around second, and stop there. Sanford now looking for an opportunity to knock a runner in. Good look inside. Barnett gets her pitch from the coach. Gives her a sign. And it popped into the infield.
It's going to drop.
Just beyond the infield. Miller can't come up with it. It's going to be I would call it an infield hit. But a hit nonetheless. 2 hits in a row here to start the 6th for the Phantoms. Runners now in the corners. And the batter is the fiery Brianna Fowler. Or Brianna, she has 1 in. A-N-A, the other one
pronounced Brianna.
Brianna, okay. Brianna. So I apologize if I called her Brianna earlier. Brianna Fowler has a single in the 1st, knocking in 2 runs, a walk in the 2nd, and a walk in the 4th. And that pitch in for a strike. The runner advances to second base. So 2 on here, nobody out in the 6th. He was trying to reclaim the 2 runs they gave up in the bottom of the 5th. That one, that's a good pitch, but called a ball. It's just that's when you watch fast pitch softball, that's where they want it. But they're not getting that call. Tegan Barnett saying, hey, that's the end. She's fighting for a pitcher, I know. Alexander Breen, good-hearted, good-natured, good sense of humor. Just frustrated. There's a strike. I'd rather her show it that way than get really frustrated.
That's why
She's kept a good sense of humor. And the fact is that that part of the strike zone isn't there today. Doesn't matter who's pitching. It's not
calling
there.
it, yeah.
Nope. So they can forget the low one. They're not going to get it. Breen delivers. It's too low, blocked by Barnett. And Fowler wouldn't chase it. Fowler just a junior. I mean, they got a good little core coming back here.
I was thinking, I was a little worried about who they were losing, but they still bring a decent group back. Just, you know, you have to get more numbers with no JV team fielded this year.
But they have JV players.
Yes.
So there's a foul off.
You know, with Fowler coming back and Mouton and Redmond.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
well,
all, I think.
Sanford's a sophomore.
And Redmond, yeah.
Yeah.
Sanford's going to be key. Well, she and Fowler are pitchers,
yes,
so that's
a
good core to build around.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Alexander Breen looks in. Number 11 deals.
Oh, nice
Struck
pitch.
out on the man. I see that coming, and I couldn't hold up pitch. And Brianna Fowler smiles on her way out. 7th strikeout for Breen. Now Kaylee Gilford, she struck out twice and grounded to the pitcher.
Sporting the Outer Banks sweatshirt.
Temperature's gone down 10 degrees since we started this game. Young ladies, many of them started with no sleeves.
Right.
Gilford with a chance to get her first base hit would knock in 2. Takes a ball away, ball 1. Randy Bateman, the third base coach there in the gray zip-up sweatshirt. You see her back there as she's talking with Lauren Schofield. Her, probably. Upstairs, but it bounces right back. Oh, collision at the plate. And no real need to flip it, but man, what speed by Schofield and what a collision. They both seem to be okay. Pitch of the ball. Gonna give Breen and Schofield a chance to settle down on that one. Sanford advances to third, but nice tag, score it 2-1 with the second out of the inning. So now 2 down, score stays 6-3. 2-0 count on Gilford, who now needs a base hit to bring a run in. Home plate umpire Robert Marshall cleans that plate off after the collision. Breen seems okay, so does Schofield.
Yeah, I guess it looked worse than it was, I guess.
Strike in there. I tell you, that was a really well-coordinated toss from Tegan Barnett to her pitcher. She knew where to toss it, and Alexander knew where to be. So a good play from the battery for the Bethel Bruins. Results in that second out. Now Breen trying to work on her 8th strikeout. That one called strike. As it curved back in, a good breaking ball. 2-2. That one caught the inside corner. Good picture of our truck that says everything but LSC. Got to work on the paint job there.
WHCS. Oh,
What did it say? Home of Bungles the Clown? I mean, that paint job's about as old as me. We got to talk about that. For you folks around Hampton, you know what I'm talking about. 3-2 now. Here comes Lee Martin on the golf cart. Lee Martin apparently can't make it out here other than by a golf cart. We can talk to him about that. Here's the pitch in. That's strike 3. Yeah, good pitch. Breen is just starting to light it up now. She has got 8 strikeouts through 6. And we go to the bottom of the inning and she gets some offensive support. That time 2 got on. Neither comes in. And between a base running gaff and or the tight play to plate and 2 strikeouts, we go to the bottom of the 6th. It is 6-3. Phoebus, but they have not shaken off the Bethel Bruins yet.
You know, the Sanford's in, well, she pitched last inning. She's only a sophomore. You made a good point. You know, you have 2 good players returning in Sanford and Fowler, and they're both pitchers.
2 pitchers, yeah. Which is what every high school team wants to have, is 2 pitchers. So especially in softball. You can ride it 2 pitchers the whole season with because they can throw 100.
Absolutely.
They can throw 1,000 pitches and be fine. You watch the College World Series.
Oh yeah, they'll switch all over.
Those young ladies pitch. They pitch game after game after game because that underarm motion does not do the damage to the arms that an overhand throw does in baseball.
That's what Coach Wilson over in Hampton, his main concern was. He's losing a great pitcher in Farrell, and
Yep.
you know he has
He's got
a tough
challenges.
time trying to find somebody to replace that.
Got a lot of challenge there.
See if we can get
Well, some of the baseball players from Phoebus going to come over and stand behind their fans here, watching their female counterparts. Wilbay's got a score as
Bethel Bruins 12, Phoebus Phantoms 2 in baseball. So
and Jasmine Caldwell, the DP, facing Sanford for the first time. She takes a strike. Hayden Sanford now with an 0-1 count on Caldwell. Lines in center field, base hit. Pitch up around the shoulders, and Caldwell just swings and pops it out to center field, base hit. That's her first hit in 3 trips. Now Morgan Rayfield. Morgan, the center fielder now.
very impressive.
There, yep. She's walked and she's walked. So the first 0 for 0, and she takes a strike from Sanford.
And I've said this probably 10 times today. Only a freshman.
Yep.
And that's the most impressive part to me.
She's got her own name right on the helmet, isn't it?
Oh,
Crushed it to right field. That's going to get down between the batters. Rounding second is Caldwell. Rayfield's going to go to second. And here comes the throw to third base, and they're going to get Rayfield out. Good play by the Phoebus defense, but it's going to be an RBI double for Rayfield. She's thrown out 8 to 4 to 5, but she does get the RBI, and the run scores. So 1 down, but
6-4.
Rayfield trying to stretch it into a triple to match her teammate Ryan in the 5th inning. Instead, she picks up the RBI and knocks in a run. 6-4 now. Nobody seems to have the score correct. There we go. We have it correct. 6-5 to home. Pop foul.
Watch out, watch out. Get that, Frank. Oh.
Almost hit our camera.
And a souvenir.
Yep. Would have had a lace mark right on top of my head there. So, score is 6-4. Pop foul, and this time the catcher, Schofield, misses it. She drifted, and then the ball drifted back towards the plate. So it's a strike, but not an out. 0-2 now on the batter. Gabby Wimes. Wimes, the sophomore, grounded to second, and she's been hit by a pitch, so she's 0 for 1. But she's got new life here against Hayden Sanford. 6-4 ball game. That one's low, misses 1-2 now on Wimes. Popped right off the plate, foul. Just bounced right back to the fence. 1-2 it stays.
So Bethel has life in these last 2 innings, Frank. After the pitching switch.
Yeah, the big double by Rayfield and the triple by Ryan.
I'm telling you, Rayfield's going to be a player. Only a freshman.
2 hits in this inning.
Yeah.
3 surrendered in the last.
Good defensive plays too.
Sanford, the sophomore. That one misses low. 2-2. The 2-2 low, bounced off the plate, 3-2. See Lauren Schofield looking over to get a pitch. Matt Frakely calling the pitches today for the Phoebus coaching staff. 3-2. Popped in right field. Back to the second baseman. That's Holden. She makes the play.
Great play.
So Breanna Holden, having moved to second base, reaches out and makes the play, saves a hit. 2 down here. in the 6th, and leadoff hitter Ashley Ryan, who tripled last time up. This one, she hit it right down the third base line, as you can hear in the background, as 12 parents and 4 coaches remind her of that. Ryan's been hitting the ball, been putting bat on ball. Takes it low. Ball 1. Sanford is if she's had a problem, is she's been up around the numbers.
Yeah.
Although the zone is not there low, the knees and maybe the thigh level will be better. That one misses away, 2-0. That one little curveball catches the outside corner, 2-1. Ryan was going to take until she got a strike. Now she's ready. Steps in still with the orange cap backwards and the white ribbon dangling out the back. Drives it to left field and deep.
That's trouble. Oh, just foul.
Just foul by 3 feet out there.
Jeez. Good hit.
She is really putting some bat into that pitch today. 2-2 now on her. That breeze may have helped it foul. So, got her bat again. Takes a minute to catch her breath. Now, back in the box. 2-2 count now with 2 outs here in the 6th. 1 run in. Aoife's pitch high. Sanford's tried it twice now. Hadn't gotten it, but it's close. That one drops count. 2 inches lower. It's a strike.
Yeah.
Here's a pitch.
That
one drilled down the left field line.
Man,
one hops
up
against the left field foul fence. Gets her bat. She's out in front so much. She's been out in front all day long. Obviously, she's in the leadoff spot for a reason. May need a little water. She's run so much and hadn't gotten there. She's going to ground it to third, bag it up with it. Got to make a quick play. Got her.
Close.
That was really close, but nice throw by Baggett. Retires Ashley Ryan with a 3rd out here in the 6th. Phoebus puts another one on the board. That's the 3rd in 2 innings. They trail it by 2. It's 6-4. I mean, Phoebus, Phoebus. Bethel putting 3 in last. Phoebus been quiet except for the run in the 5th. Quiet since the 2nd.
Yeah.
So we go to the 7th. Phoebus, the visitor, is going to have a chance to stretch that lead a little bit. Meanwhile, the Bruins are creeping ever closer. They've got 1 more at bat. Lee Martin holding court down there in the left field line in the golf cart. We'll get a shot of Lee as we watch the Bethel team gather around its coach and talk a little bit about what they want to do here in the 7th.
So, getting a very competitive game, though, Frank. You know, the pitching switch, I guess, the 5th inning, Bethel put some runs on the board and make this a 2-point deficit here.
Well, the decision to put Fowler in to start, I think, was made before Amanda Moreland got here. I think there was some question about Amanda getting here today from her other job. And so Brandy Bateman had penciled in Brianna Fowler. Meanwhile, Alexander Breen is rolling right along, 8 strikeouts through 6. And she's going to warm up here. If she can just hold the Phantoms here in the 7th, and her team gets 1 more chance to try to tie it up and maybe even win the game in the bottom half of the inning. Here we go. This is Tiana Whiting. It's going to be Whiting, Redmond, and Baggett here for the Phantoms in the top of the 7th. Amanda Moreland, write me a note. Oh, they're re-entering players now. Softball rules are so generous.
So Whiting now up the plate.
Coming to go like the Tide in a softball game. So she's going to explain the defensive changes in writing. Breen delivers, and she continues to get her velocity has, if not stayed the same, gotten a little stronger as she's
the
gone
game
through the
went
game.
on. Right,
Yeah.
right.
So Whiting takes a strike. Oh, 1 is popped on the infield. And that time, that is Barnett, and she makes a diving catch as she and Breen and Creech all combined to nearly collide. But that's a nice play by a catcher who's played extremely well today.
Great catch.
Tegan Barnett. So she retires Whiting with the first out. Now re-entering the game in the 8-hole is Isabel Mouton. Mouton, she walked and singled before she was replaced by Redmond. So Mouton now, ground to the third. Creech up with it quickly, makes a throw to first. And just like that, there's 2 down here in the 7th. As Breen's defense has come to her defense, and her pitching has picked up with that. They should have cut those first 2 innings at it. First 2 innings, Breen gives up the 5 runs. That's been really the bulk of the Phantoms' offensive output. Now, Olivia Baggett, she's gotten on fielder's choice, grounded out and single. 1 for 3. Takes the ball low.
Let's go, Bethel! Shit!
Breen steps on the mound. And here she comes. Low, bounces off the plate high, 2-0. So Breen and Olivia Baggett facing off against each other here with 2 outs in the 7th. Alexandra delivers up high, 3-0. Breanna Holden on deck for the Phantoms. Pitch now to Baggett. Upstairs, Walker on 4 pitches. Maybe thinking about it a little too much here with 2 out. The leadoff hitter is Breanna Holden. She's walked twice, been hit by a pitch, and struck out. So she's 0 for 1. She scored a run. Out comes Chris McCray to talk to his pitcher. Got him by a couple inches, I'd say.
Just a couple.
Well, those softball pitchers are tall young ladies,
They are.
and they can really bring it. We've seen Breen pick up her velocity. I think he's just trying to settle her down. I think she may have gotten a little rattled, not rattled, but gotten close to the end of the inning and anxious to get back in the dugout. Holden decides to go with a windbreaker during that break. So now Baggett at first, 2 down, Holden at the plate. And Alexander Breen, and comforted by her assistant coach, now steps on the rubber. Delivers a good pitch, which is fouled off, strike 1. Tegan Barnett's played extremely well for the Lady Bruins because she's played very good at catcher, and she's settled down Breen.
Had that great catch here.
Yep, but she's settled her down. She's played her position very well defensively. Another strike. 0-2 now on Holden. Yeah, we'll see what she comes with. Chris McCray giving the sign. So the assistant coach is calling the pitches. Fouled off. That low knee-high strike she's been trying to get all day. She gets it when it's fouled off. 0-2 still on Holden. Gabrielle Redmond on deck for the Phantoms. Schofield down a left field line foul. No chance for Creech. That time it was overhead by 4 or 5 feet and ends up down the left field corner. Gabby Wimes retrieves it, throws it in. So Breen trying to get her team into the dugout with a chance to tie it in the bottom of the 7th. Swung on a miss. 9th strikeout.
Oh, that's 3 outs. Isn't it?
And that's 9 total for Breen. So she finishes giving up, or getting 9 strikeouts, giving up 6 runs on the game. And we go to the bottom of the 7th.
Going back to Fowler on the mound to finish up the game here.
I got her down 6 hits, I think. I'm on to recount, but 6 hits given by Breen. But it will be Brianna Fowler back on the mound. So the defensive changes for the Phantoms. Fowler goes back to the mound. Hayden Sanford goes back to shortstop. And Gabrielle Redmond goes back to left field. How's that for moving defensively around? So if you're scoring at home, excuse me, we'll have back on the mound is the pitcher, Brianna Fowler. She pitched 4 innings, gave up the gave up 1 run. And she's going to face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Bruins here in the 7th. Miller, Creech, and Wiggins. Miller 0 for 3, but she scored a run in the 1st. That was the only run for the Bruins until the 5th inning. Creech has an RBI ground out, 0 for 2. And Wiggins has the single, but a deep shot to center field in the 3rd. I'm telling you, and an RBI in the 1st. So
yeah.
if Miller or Creech can get on ahead of Wiggins, we may see some fireworks here in the bottom of the 7th. This is Allie Miller.
The problem is they have Fowler pitching, so.
Well, but she's been in the left field now for a couple innings, and sometimes you don't come back as sharp. Plus, they've gotten the sense of them. That's in for a ball. 1-0 on Allie Miller. Brianna Fowler still doesn't like that call, but she's not going to get it here in the 7th. That's been a ball the whole day. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Miller, the shortstop, had a good game out there tonight.
She did.
Only a junior.
She wants to get on here. Lines it foul down the first baseline. 1-2 now on Miller. Popped on the infield. In comes Fowler, and she makes the catch herself. 1 down here in the 7th. 2 outs left for the Bruins. Here's Kaylee Creech. Creech again with the RBI in the 5th. She's hit the ball both times. Grounded to the pitcher and grounded to shortstop. She takes a strike on the outside corner. Wiggins on deck. She can get somebody ahead of her here. They can tie it with a single swing. That one's low, gets to the backstop. 1-1 now on Creech. Pop foul to the right side. 1-2 now. As Brianna Fowler continues to pitch well. Again, she only gave up the 1 run.
And again, like you said, she went out.
She went out
to left field.
Phoebus baseball team. Ground ball to short. Up with it cleanly. Throw to first base, and that retired. So Hayden Sanford goes back to short and is able to get that one and help herself out. She had pitched the last 2 innings. 2 down now, and Elisa Wiggins, whose blast to center field was caught right up against the fence out there. Now they need her to get on and Breen behind her. But here's Wiggins. Pitch in for a ball. 1-0 on Wiggins. Next one upstairs, 2-0.
Don't want to give her anything she can hit because she can put it out there.
Phoebus coaching staff did not like that first call. Now it's 2-0 on Wiggins. You got to come into her.
There he is.
She smashes it in right center. And she's going to hold it first because Breen's right behind her. Second hit for Wiggins tonight. And now Breen with a hit and 3 trips. She's got an RBI single in the 5th. She wants to get a hit and pass it back. If the Bruins are to tie this game up, there's 2 down here in the 7th. They trail it by 2. Tegan Barnett on deck. She's got a hit tonight. And then Caldwell behind her, and she's got a hit. So Breen pops it into short center field. On comes Whiting.
Oh.
And she makes the catch. And that's the ball game here. So we saw good pitching from Brianna Fowler, good pitching from Alexandra Breen, but a little late in the game. She gives up 5 runs in the first 2 innings, and that proves to be the difference.
Yeah, that was a difference. But again, I go back to the cupboard isn't bare for both of these teams. They have a lot of good young talent.
Yeah.
Saw some good pitching. If Bethel would have scored a couple more runs early, this might have been an extra innings, but it's 6-4, Phoebus over Bethel in this game.
Well, Phoebus goes to 6-8, and that carries them to a record number of wins, I believe. Well, look in the last 4 or 5 years, certainly. But shows that having a group of seniors to play together for 4 years really benefits the program. I want to congratulate Bethel on a hard-fought season. They got a couple more games to try to improve on what they showed here in the last 3 innings. Showed a lot of fight, and Alexandra Breen, the junior, pitched well enough to win. Just didn't get the breaks early, and she had a few walks.
Breen had a great game. Her and who else was I impressed with? Rayfield and Ryan at first base had a great game as well.
Rayfield, Ryan, and Barnett behind the plate. So real good, solid core for the Bethel Bruins as they take it into the next season. We want to thank all our crew here now. We got the cameraman Steve Fryer, Alex Begoli, and Nathaniel Braxton, and Krista Campbell, Renee Camden in the truck with Rainey Begoli and Andy Foley.
It rhymes.
That's right, here we go. Well, thanks. On behalf of my partner, Wube Gabre, this is Frank Edgar signing off from Bethel High School. The final score, the Phoebus Phantoms 6 and the Bethel Bruins 4. Good night.